Hello YouTube University, my name is Jovan and I'm a Delaware loctician. Today I'm going to show you how to do a fishtail braid with a pump. A lock conference in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this October, and my daughter was stopped numerous times in reference to how did she achieve this style. So today I'm going to do a tutorial to walk you through it, exactly on how to achieve it, to do it yourself, and or you can ask your stylist or someone who is equipped with styling hair to assist you. So what we're going to do is we're going to section her top off for her pump. We're going to section her top off. This top is going to be kind of medium sizing, but it's going to go off to both sides of her hair. You want to bring it back to right above the crown. You want to finish it off to right above the crown of her hair. So right now, the way I sectioned it out, I sectioned it on both sides, and then in the back, I finish it off at the crown. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to check my partings in the mirror to make sure that when we do her pump, it'll be centered. So then so that's going to be her section for her pompadour. We're just going to put a rubber band on it to hold it out of the way. Now in the back, we're going to just keep it right in the middle, her sectioning. But then off to the side, we'll follow this to match the sides, to bring it in and match her middle. So middle section around to the side, this will be one braid. So what I'm going to do now is hold this out of the way. That's one braid. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Meet it to the ends. And this is going to be another braid. So now we have three sections. The two sides will be her fishtail braid. Her top will be her pompadour. Her back is going to hang freely. To keep all the sections in their proper place, I just finish it off with a rubber band so that we can go from there. Tilt your head. Now for those who don't know how to do a fishtail braid, you're using two sections of hair, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to overlap. When you're doing a fishtail braid, you don't want to take too big of sections when you're doing fishtail braids. You want to keep the sections small and defined. So we're going to start off with these first few in the front. So I parted it right in the middle, the first two in front, and then you're going to take the right and crisscross it over the left. Now being as though the left is underneath of the right is on top, we now have to take the left, holding it taut. You have to hold it taut. Take the left, crisscross it over, take the right, while holding it taut, crisscross it over, and you complete that all the way to your finish. This will give you a fishtail look without putting too much stress on the edges, without putting too much pulling or tension, too much tightness. So you want to cross and hold. So see, while I'm holding with one finger, I'm going to pick up and cross. Find the hair in here that's out, pick up and cross. So as I'm turning around her scalp, around her head, I'm going to turn and continue the pattern by overlapping right over left, left over right. So right over left, left over right. So as you see, you'll start having a defined braid look, but it's just 2 strands. Right over left. And we're coming up on our center part, which separated the 2. Then we're going to finish it off with a rubber band. The thing about rubber bands is a lot of people don't like using rubber bands on their locks. My opinion, it's okay as long as it's not too tight, as long as you're just using it to secure the style in place. And after you use it to secure the style in place, when you go to take it out, you don't pull it out, you don't try to unravel it yourself, just cut the rubber band out of the hair. Now what I'm going to do is, since I'm at that center part of both of my braids, I'm going to take this extra hair and I'm going to bring it up and around so that the hair itself holds it like a ponytail holder. And then I'm going to pin it. Now there's many ways that you can get around not using a rubber band. And this is one of them. Using the hair itself to finish off the style. So that's one braid. Now we're going to go over to the second braid and we're going to do the same thing. Right over left, left over right. And continue that same pattern until we've created another braid. Starting it off, go straight up and down. Start it off in 2 sections, right, left, crisscross. So with the right being on top, we're going to now pick up the left and crisscross it. Hold it taut so it doesn't unravel. You continue. Remember, take small sections as you're completing the style. You don't want to take too big of chunks, too much hair. That takes away from the definition of the look. So you go left over right, right over left. And as we start to turn around her head, you have to feel and find the locks that are still out and loose. They're under there. You have to feel and search for them. If you're a do-it-yourselfer and you're doing this yourself, you definitely have to use your sense of touch to feel. And I give myself a French braid style all the time, and I do it myself, so I have to close my eyes and really use my sense of touch to complete the style. So as you're going up and over, and we're coming amongst where our 2 braids meet at. So then as though we've come to where our 2 braids meet, this extra hair, I'm going to now take, you can finish it off with a rubber band, bend as though I'm doing it and I can see. I'm just going to finish it off by wrapping her own hair around it to hold it and secure it with a bobby pin. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can't see, you can't feel the fineness and the detail of the braids or the sister locks, just finish it off with a ponytail. So now we have 2 right and a left, 2 detailed fishtail braids, and she has a look of a ponytail right now on its own. Okay, so as you can see, actually, then as though I'm doing it and I can see her hair, I still seem to have left some locks out, which is fine because it's going to blend right in with the style. But just to let you know, every lock don't have to be in its place when it comes to the back with this hairstyle. Now we're going to go to the pump. Now with sister locks, being as though they have a lot of volume themselves, they don't need any stuffing hair to create this look. you can just use the locks themselves to pin them in place and to create that little hump at the top of the head. So we're going to leave these out because these locks right here is what's going to finish off our pump. So right now, our 2 braids are done. What I want to do is pull her locks to the front and start rolling them down to create a mound. Okay? Don't have to be neat. Now with sister locks, sometimes I find instead of using hairpins to secure the locks in place, it's better to use the bobby pins because they have so much volume and fluffiness to them. The hairpins won't hold them secure the way a bobby pin will hold them. So find what works with you or for you and your hair type and use bobby pins or hairpins. With my daughter's hair, I'm going to use bobby pins because they'll hold much better for me and for her. And she's active. So as you can see, I just rolled it down and I just tucked it so that it's holding. Okay? Now what I'm going to do now is double check to make sure her pump is centered. You want it to be high in the middle and to taper off towards the sides to blend in with her locks. You don't want it too square. You don't want it too evenly beveled and round. You kind of pretty much almost want a U shape with the pompadour. So now that I'm looking in the mirror and I see her locks and I have my look and my shape that I'm looking for, what I'm going to do now is finish it off by now using the locks that are out, put it in 3 sections, and I'm going to just lay these neatly over her pump to finish her pompadour off and give it that finished look. So I'll take my time and fill in any gaps or looseness that we may have going on with her locks. So what I'm doing is I'm closing up any gaps before I pin her and secure her in place. So I'm closing up any gaps that we may have going on. Okay, so now that you can see all my gaps are going to my approval, she has the shape I want. So now all her hair meets in the back. Now with all her hair meeting in the back, I'm going to finish it off by now holding it taut and just pinning across the bottom, pinning them in place with the bobby pins. That should be your finished look to pin them in place right now so far. Now these little ends that don't necessarily quite reach to the bobby pins, we're just going to kind of secure them in place with the hairpins. Now this is where my hairpins will come in handy for me. Being as though, like I said, the sister locks are so fluffy, full of volume, full of a lot of bounce. I find it's better when I'm doing pin-ups to work with bobby pins versus hairpins a lot of the times because the bobby pins have a more secure hold on them. So the objective is not to really secure the bottom, it's to secure the short ones that don't fit into the bobby pins so that it doesn't come loose or you don't have little strands popping up on you throughout the day. So once you go through and you secure the little pieces, make sure you have somebody who have a good eye for sizing, shape, centering. So right now this is where we at. We have the 2 fishtail braids and we have the pompadour. Now what I try to let a lot of my clients know and get in the habit of doing, make sure you dress your sister locks or your hair up with hair accessory or jewelry. The same way you put on earrings and necklace every day, try to make sure that you put on hair accessories to accessorize your hair, because it'll really make your hair and your hairstyle pop. Even if you have a fro, that's a rule. I always put on a hair accessory with my hair when I get dressed, because the same way I don't forget to put on my earrings, I'm not going to forget to put on my hair accessory. I'm sorry. As you see, I kind of pushed the pin into the scalp. So, from here, take the back rubber band out for her back locks. So to finish this style off, what we're going to do, we're going to take the clip that I'm going to put a link on the bottom to allow you to know how to go about ordering these. This is a size medium. There's many different things you can do. They have different sizes from small, mini, all the way up to extra large. So what I'm going to do is take the ponytail, I'm going to split it in 2. And what I'm going to do is, once I split it in 2, so I'm going to leave some cascading down to meet her hair that's hanging in the back. But I'm going to take this hair and I'm going to bring it to meet the pompadour. And then I'm going to take the clip and I'm going to insert the bottom first. Okay? I'm going to insert the bottom underneath first. And it has 3 different notches in it. I don't know if you can see it that well. Here go 1, here go 2, and here go 3. They're 2 pieces, but they're 1 unit. I love them because they're simple, they're easy to use, whether you put your sister locks in a ponytail, a hairstyle, accessorize, or you need it to secure your locks. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have her finished look like this. But first, holding the hair and trying to stay out of the way of the camera, I'm going to put it through her pompadour, because I'm going to need her pompadour to secure it. And then I'm going to I just push it through, and that's on the first notch. But I can push it through again. So do you see what I did? Now, watch this again. That's the first notch. It's on the first notch. That's the second notch. That's the third notch. Okay? I'm going to put it on the second notch. So now we have a little fan look on the top. We have a little cascading waterfall look in the back. And it meets her hair that hangs in the back. Okay? So we have 2 fishtail braids on the right and left with pompadour. Prior to filming, I had already moisturized her locks and oiled them. Here go the front. Now, the good thing, like I said in the beginning, being as though she still has texture from her braid set in her hair, from when she had did a braid set on her hair, but like I said, she does soccer a lot, so she does a lot of sweat and perspiration. So her braid set is a week old. She always pulls it in the ponytail when she's at practice. But it's a good thing that it's only on the ends, because really giving her style definition, volume, and a pop. Another thing I want to talk about is Hair and Body Glitter by Jerome Russell. It comes in multicolor, gold, and silver. This glitter is a serious wow factor, okay? So right now we're going to use the multi glitter, And we're going to finish the style off. Even though you don't want the glitter, the style is perfect just the way it is. But I like to really give it an extra wow factor by adding some glitter. Cover your face for me. Now glitter will settle everywhere, so have them protect your face. What I'm going to do, spray it real quick. This is multi. And then I'll also put gold because her hair is brown gold. It's got red highlights in it. Let me drop the towel. And this is the complete Fishtail Braid Pump Sister Lock hairstyle. This hairstyle at the 2012 Lock Conference in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania was a hit. She got stopped so many times over this hairstyle. So hopefully this will help the do-it-yourselfers or Sister Lock stylists out there with another hairstyle to be able to put on the books. Pose for the camera. Thank you, YouTube family. My name is Jovan, and you have a happy hair.